Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon. In the last episode, we fell into a pit, and in this episode I have another guest commentator.
Oh no, it's Chris.
It's
From
Chris.
Cross Media.
It's Chris of
Unfortunately,
Chris
Christian's
Media.
not here.
Yeah, unfortunately Cross is not here. We only have Chris
Cross
and
is
not
not
Cross.
here.
Chris is
Probably
here, but
homesick.
Cross isn't here, and Media isn't here either. Media is their pet dog. Their mascot.
Media edits all the videos. So I've never heard of this game prior to you announcing this LP.
Huh.
Was it really big when it came out? I maybe missed the boat. Maybe I was too young. Maybe I was too stupid.
I don't think it was that big. It's definitely not, you know, Final Fantasy VII level of bigness, but I think it was a
Right.
better game.
I mean, graphically, for its time, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So I would assume.
The well, the
pretty unique.
cutscenes can get like amazing levels of graphics, but yeah. Let's see. So we are back here. Oh, hello. These are the guys who dropped us into the pit. It cannot be. How are they still alive? No way, they beat that monster? No, we won't let them go further.
So like unenthusiastic. Worst guards in the world.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Get two more of these guys. And Lavitz and Dart both have low levels of health. I can tell that because it is in the yellow. Like, see how their health is at yellow?
I see.
That is because they're below half. So I'm gonna let them heal.
So I may sound stupid for asking this, but were there any sequels to this game or any like remakes?
No, I don't think so. I think apart from maybe it's available on PSP or something. I'm not sure how the PSP works, but no actual remakes or anything have been made of it.
It'd be kind of cool to see this redone with like, you know, next gen graphics or anything like that, because it's a pretty visually nice game. I mean, you got like the smoke graphics going on in the background. I'm sure that was pretty advanced.
Pretty nice for a game from like 1999 for the PlayStation 1. Yeah. But I would like to see a sequel, but it's I don't think it was that massively popular that Sony wanted to do a sequel.
Yeah, well, Sony's loss. I had a PlayStation 1 when I was little, but like I had like 4 games on it. I had A Bug's Life, the Pixar movie. I had that. I had like 2 racing games, and I can't even remember the last one. But I didn't play it much. It was a good system, but it was. I dominated the N64. I rarely played my PlayStation.
Yeah, there were a lot of great Nintendo 64 games. I think I played that one more.
I definitely played the N64 more.
I think the Nintendo 64 was probably the dominant console of that generation, but then the PS2 far outstrips the GameCube in terms of well, everything. It's like the best-selling console ever.
Yeah. But where's Sony now? Do you have a PlayStation 3?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have an Xbox 360?
No, I consider it the same as a PlayStation 3. So I'm like, you know, I don't need 2 of them.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is the funny thing, because Christian and I were talking about the same thing yesterday. Because we're more of an Xbox fans. Like I had a PS2. I never owned an Xbox, but I don't know. I like the 360 more than the PS3. Or
yeah, well,
I chose the
PS3 because I know for a fact that the Xbox 360 is unstable. As in, it breaks. Like, the majority of them break, yeah.
It does. I've actually gone through 2 Xboxes, and Christian's gone through countless Xboxes. The hardware is not. I mean, Nintendo. I can play my old school like N64. I got like almost 20 years ago. That's probably exaggerating the date there, but my old Nintendo systems never had a problem with. Xbox, I got a new console, Xbox 360, less than 2 years ago, and I've already gone through 2 Xboxes. So just to give you an idea of like how poor their like products are, you know what I mean? But they have good games, you know, like, you know, I mean, it's big for a reason, but you know, their hardware sucks. big time. And, yeah.
Well, I do, yeah, and just a pet peeve that I have, they're not next-gen consoles, where in the current gen they're 5 years old. You know how people call them next-gen consoles? It's just, it's just sort of weird, like calling today tomorrow all the time. You know, they're not next-gen, they're from 5 years ago, they're in the current generation. The next-gen console is, you know, the Xbox 720 or whatever they're going to call it, that's a next-gen console because it's in the next gen.
Alright, this is something that Christian and I have been talking about, and I guess I'll debut it here. What do you think the next Nintendo name would be? I'll tell you our thoughts what it's going to be after what I hear what you have to say. What do you think the name's going to be?
Well, I think they did a good thing with the Wii in terms of the market they wanted to catch, because, you know, like the names Xbox and PlayStation, you know, they're known as sort of, you know, exclusive gamers consoles. You know, casual people might see that and feel left out, but then the Wii, the Nintendo Wii, it's just sort of like, you know, that looks fun, I could pick it up, and I think, you know, that definitely worked. Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, this is what we speculate. The Nintendo Entertainment System, also known as the NES, came out, and it was a huge hit. And they kept the name, and they just called the second generation system the Super Nintendo Wii. We are speculating because the Wii it means so many things now. It's like, you know, the motion control. I mean, it's such a, I guess, a strong name that I think they're going to keep the name Wii, and they're going to call it the Super Nintendo Wii for the next generation console. That's what I'm speculating.
I don't actually think so, though. It's because I think they might want to separate it from the Wii, because the Wii is known as yeah, I don't know, it is, you know, there would be some advantages to making a second Wii, but Nintendo might also want to branch off and do something completely different, and if they do, they're not going to want to have it thought of as just another Wii, a Wii HD. You know, that's the title they've been wanting to avoid.
I actually agree. I just think the name Super Nintendo Wii would be kind of cool, but yeah, they might not want to associate, because they might want to say, well, who knows, they might have like a totally different like game style for this, or a totally new like 3D or something, so who knows.
I am back.
The game. I mean, yeah, he's not naked and he's tied up over there.
Yeah, he's about to die. He's this guy is bloodthirsty. I just want to kill you so badly. When I see the smallest glimpse of the sun, I'll cut your head off for you. Oh, you got arrowed. King Albert! I won't forgive you! Tut, those rats came on time, it doesn't matter. I'll get you all before Albert. Right, so we have a boss battle. It's a rematch with Frugal from our original visit here, but this time he has two friends, and don't hit me in the face. So we've got Zapdos over here.
Zapdos.
Yeah.
Snorlax and
Rodriguez and Guftas. Darkness type, wind type, earth type. So let's start off with a transformation. Let's do this. And we are going to go for a, oh no, I'm all out of magic. Alright, we're just going to go for a physical attack. Let's get rid of Zapdos first, because he seems like the type that, oops, has strong attacks, but isn't sturdy. No. And yeah, let's just focus on Rodriguez.
I want to see an actual battle like this in real life, where it's just two groups of people standing there taking turns beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah, that would be a fun game show.
Just stand there, let me punch you a couple times in the face, and you do me. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh. Ow.
Uh-oh. What is that? That is a creepy looking monster.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure. They do a little bit of Avatar in this where they just mix together like 3 different kinds of animals and then then they name it like an actual animal. Sort of like alternate reality versions of animals. So this is probably like an eagle or something. An eagle dragonfly.
Eagle dragonfly. Wearing Egyptian clothes.
Oh.
Speaking of Avatar, are you a fan of Avatar?
I sort of like. I mean, I liked it. It was an interesting graphical experiment. I don't think I'd see it a second time though. Like it was a good experience, but I'm not sure if I'd be willing to go through another 4 hours of watching through the 3D and getting a headache. It's not.
Oh,
the plot doesn't hook you in, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the first time I was pretty excited about it, but when I watched it again at my house on just a regular TV, I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was as great. It was really a movie you want to see in the theaters, but it is not as powerful and doesn't have the same like entertainment value as it did like watching it at home. And other people might disagree, but you know, it was basically just a glorified Pocahontas, really.
Yeah, it's
Which I like Pocahontas. I actually prefer watching the Disney version of Pocahontas over Avatar.
Well, I think it was an important movie, like in the sense of Super Mario 64 was an important game for 3D. You know, Avatar was an important game for movies and special effects. Like they put a whole lot of budget into changing the way that, you know, special effects and CGI and stuff work, and that's going to carry over into other movies and stuff. So I think it's an important milestone, but it's not necessarily a.
It was necessary, but it wasn't definitely Well, it was groundbreaking, but it wasn't like the best. I'm sure there's gonna be sometime in the future a 3D movie that's gonna blow everyone away even more so than Avatar did. But
it was groundbreaking graphically, but it wasn't. It's not gonna make you cry. It's not. It doesn't have. You know, it's not Toy Story.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Toy Story was amazing. Oh my gosh, that was an emotional movie, much more than Avatar. I mean, seeing the toys almost getting burned or seeing a bunch of Navis almost getting burned, I felt more sympathetic with toys, which
but what
sounds heartless.
What if he teamed up with the Pixar team to make Avatar graphics Toy Story?
I don't know. He would take. He would. James Cameron. I mean, he's a good director, but his ego is way too big. Like, he would just ruin the series.
But you know, I wouldn't want him directing it, but it's you know, just in terms of his graphics, sort of like the idea of what would happen if you took the graphics of Final Fantasy 13 and applied it to Legend of Dragoon. That would be that'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Eat this.
He says, "Eat this."
Whoa! Where did he get that boulder from?
I don't know.
He like pulled it out of his pants. Wow, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
With one hand throw too.
Volcano.
Yeah, well, he is pretty strong. He is the head warden of the prison / place for holding the king and then trying to suck off his head. Prison / head.
And I like that weapon he's holding. It's like a baseball bat pillar.
Yeah.
It's quite unique.
Yeah, I think he is just about dead, so when he dies I will be saying, don't not eat this. What's that catchphrase that our Grand Pyromania has?
Oh,
Is it like Hot Wheels eat that or something? Yeah. But when this battle ends, I'm going to end the episode.
Volcano!
And there we go. Alright, in the next episode, we will be watching a cutscene. See you then.
Bye, guys.